Hi, I'm going to try to show that tiling a rectangle with this polyomino is impossible. So the polyomino has 3 squares diagonally and then a flag square that touches 2 of the diagonals. So the eight orientations are this, 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 and then this, 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 and this. If we want to cover an arbitrary square with our polynomial, then that square will either have to be a part of the flag or part of the diagonal. So if it's part of the flag, then either the left or the right will have to be empty so that we can place a diagonal there, and the top or the bottom has to be empty so we can place a diagonal there. And then if the square we're trying to cover will be diagonal, then we'll need 3 empty squares in a diagonal pattern. Okay, so let's fill in the corner of our rectangle. So if this is a flag square, then these 2 squares will have to be diagonal, but then there's no spot for the 3rd diagonal, so the corner has to be a diagonal square. So our diagonal has to be like this, and then we could put our flag here, but then there's no way to cover this square. So we'll put our flag here. It also could go here, but we'll see later that either choice won't matter. Okay, so our first polyomino is here, and we'll call it 0. Now let's cover this square. It can't be a flag, so it must be a diagonal, and then with this orientation, the flag can't go here because then this square is impossible to cover. So the flag must be here. So we'll call this polyomino 1. And now our goal, now let's try to cover the first 2 rows completely. And notice the shape that we have so far. We have a column with 3 filled squares, and then the next column over has an empty, and then a filled square. Okay, let's fill in this square. It can't be a flag because then the diagonal doesn't fit. So this must be a diagonal going this way, and then if this is a flag, then if we cover now if we want to cover this square, then that must polyomino 3 must be have a diagonal starting here, and then the flag can't be here because then this square is impossible to cover, so it must be here. And now we're left with that same configuration where we have this column with 3 filled squares, and then the next one empty, filled. So eventually we want to get to a place where we can make find the other corner of the rectangle. So we can't stop filling in the top row until we're in a place where there's nothing to the right of the last filled in square. So this can't be the edge of our rectangle because there's something to the right of it. So filling in the 2 polyomino like this doesn't help because then we're forced into the same configuration. Alright, so the to's flag could go here instead, and then the 3, then to fill in this square, we're forced to go like this, and then we're left with the same problem here. So no matter what we do, we can't fill in the top 2 rows without and be able to find the right edge of our rectangle. Alright, and then if we chose to put the 0 polyomino like this instead, then to fill in this square, the 1 polyomino has to go like this. We can't put the flag there, because then this square would be impossible to cover, and we're left with the same situation as before. That's it.